Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's video. This week I have a maple burl chunk that I'm going to be turning a vase from, and going to be adding a little bit of resin for some highlights. So stick around and let me know in the comments down below what you think. So as you saw that there, I used a spur drive center to mount it between centers on the lathe. And before we even really get into the video here, if you don't mind hitting subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it. It really helps me be able to make more of these videos, so it helps me out if you do. So starting out with the bowl gouge, trying to make it round as quickly as possible, but not going too fast. Getting some tear out there, as you saw. And I don't know if you noticed at the beginning, but it wasn't quite square. I did cut off some of the hard angles at the bandsaw, soften them a little bit. So just taking some light passes here to get the cylinder shape. And breaking up the skew chisel here to make the tenon. On all of my vases I do use tenons rather than mortises. I think a flat bottom vase looks a whole lot better than having a hole, a recess or a foot in the bottom, but if you disagree, let me know what you think down below. So a view from above here, it's now a cylinder and going to start shaping it into a vase. So using some Eye Candy brand Baku red color and some Starbond CA glue in medium, what I'm doing here is filling in the small holes in the burl. I didn't have any fast or medium setting epoxy. I only had slow, so I decided to use the CA glue method, which I've used before and had good results, and spraying some accelerator on there, as you can see. And I just wanted to have the tiny openings in the burl be the highlights and sort of accentuate the grain rather than coloring the whole thing, which still would have been pretty, but I think this turned out well as well, because the grain in the burl is just so beautiful. Well, you can see for yourself and let me know what you think. So after all of the small holes are filled, I go back with the skew chisel and turn off the excess CA glue. So turning it to as smooth as possible, and then I'm starting with 120 grit sandpaper. I sanded from 120 up to 400 grit before applying any sealer or finish. Some denatured alcohol to take the dust and debris off the vase before sealing it. And that can kind of see the grain there and how it's going to look. So before putting any finish on the outside, I do finish the inside first because I knew there was going to be a lot of dust happening. So a Forstner bit here, and here I'm using a negative rake on Easywood tools, a number 1 hollower. I tend not to use a traditional tool when I'm doing the inside of a vase unless it's very wide. Because if you get a catch, it can be pretty bad, and it can hurt your wrist and ruin the piece as well. Not that you can't ruin a piece, any other piece, not just a vase, but with such a small opening there, I do tend to use carbide negative rake to finish that. If anyone has a stationary hollowing system, there are several brands out there. Let me know what you use and what you like. It would have come in handy here. So applying some sanding sealer here. And denibbing it with some quadruple zero steel wool before applying the Axe abrasive sanding paste and the Axe polishing paste. There is a discount code for Axe if you want to try it. There's a link in the video description, axewoodpaste.com, and the coupon code is PF10. You can get 10% off your order. And now for the Axe polishing paste, one of my favorite parts. You can already see it starting to have a nice sheen there. And buffing that off, or in, whatever way you want to say it. And giving the camera some close-ups here of a finished piece, or almost finished piece. With just small areas of that red that I like. There's some photos at the end with some better photo products that I was able to get recently, and I'll link those in the video description. I bought a photo box on Amazon, and if you take any kind of pictures of wood-turned items or any other items, you might want to check it out. It's only $40, and I'll show you the amazing pictures it takes here in a minute. Parting it off, and here are the still photos, and this is using a $40 light box, photo box. So I'll link that in the video description along with all the products and tools and items I used in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you would please give a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, and a share, or any combination of those that you choose. I would very much appreciate it. Until next week, peace out.